Hey peeps! So, as you could tell by the title of this video, I came up with a tag. Excuse Miss Brooklyn in the background. She is being so naughty. So I was inspired by the summer journal tag that was going around. And I was watching Never Hopeless by Elizabeth this morning as I was drinking my coffee. And what inspired this tag also was just the different styles that we all have that, do some type of glue booking, magazine, journal, whatever you want to call it. Just the way that we use the images that we harvest. I just think it's so fascinating. So that's the whole purpose. I mean, the whole reason why I came up with this tag. So there are 11 questions. There's a one bonus question, which is the 11th question. Um, so I'm gonna do my best to answer everything, and I am gonna tag one person. And but if you want to participate, I would love it if you participate and tag me in it so I can see. Because the other purpose of me doing this is so I can find other people who use magazines in their journals. Because I'm always looking for somebody new to watch, and I just love seeing how everyone else does theirs. So I have all these here because my first question is how many glue books or magazine journals or whatever you use to, put your magazines in do you have? So, um, so right now I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven that actually have something in them. Now I have, okay, so let me just say that. So that's the first one. I have seven that I've actually started working in. So the next question is, which book is your favorite? Why did I even ask this question? Because I don't really have a, well, okay, so at the moment, this one, which you guys have not seen unless you follow me on Instagram, is now my new favorite because it's small and I can take it and do it at the on the couch just with a glue stick and some scissors. Well, not even scissors sometimes because most of the time I already have my images cut, but just glue and some scissors, and that's it at the coffee table while I'm chilling on the couch watching something. So this is my new favorite, and I'm gonna do a flip through. So I'm not gonna go through it, but I'm gonna do a flip through. Probably in the next video, you'll see of this little thing that was actually inspired by Nicole from Relax.Cut.Glue. Not that this is anything like hers, because her books are just so, and I said this to her so she knows it's not disrespect, but she's so neat and clean, and I called her OCD in a most loving way because I'm just the total opposite. But both styles are just what it is. It's all about having fun. So it's no right or wrong way to do it as long as you love it. And I am really, really loving this so far. So again, I will do a flip through. I don't have a lot of pages, but I have a few that I think I could do a little flip through. But I would say my other favorite has been this one, um, which I don't think I've ever shared. I think I shared maybe the cover. I made this out of course, a book that I gutted the pages out of. And this one is my faith-based one. And this is the one that you saw the last video on. So this one doesn't have a lot of pages yet. There's another page. But yeah, this has been becoming one of my faves. So that little one though is like my most favorite right now. So which page is your favorite? Oh, okay. I have a lot of favorites, but I think my most favorite page is in this book. And I think it's this one. I think this is my most favorite. Even though afterwards, I'm like, oh man, I should have wrote the quote in white because it would have popped more. But this is still, I think, my most favorite page. So yeah, I will link it. I have a whole playlist, so I will just link the playlist, and then you can choose what you want to see if you want to see any at all. So let's see. What are your favorite magazines to harvest? So my favorite, and I don't have any right here, right in front of me, but I'm waiting for them, which is I'm like super excited. I can't wait till they get here. Are L magazines. Those are my most favorite because I think they have the best for me and what I do, with especially with with um the big images like this. This actually should be in my other oh, that's why, because I put this on the back. They have to me the most expressive women in here that I just gravitate towards, and I think most of these came from Elle magazine. Um I think most of them did. So these are, yeah, they are my most favorite magazines to harvest. And yeah, I love them. I just I absolutely love them. Um, yeah, I haven't been in this one in a while. It's been a minute. But so yeah, I do different things in different journals. So that's another thing. So how do you store your images and how are they organized? So I already have a video on that. So I won't. So I literally have to take the camera off and go. But so I'm gonna link it down below how I store. But the other way that I've been doing when I use this little one is I've been just putting things in um, these little containers. So these little images here. This is from Dollar Tree. Well, they're all for Dollar Tree except for one. So the little images like this that I cut for the little one, I put them in here, and um yeah. So this is new to my organization, and then this one is the other one that has the words. And I see I have my glue and my scissors in here, and I just usually take all three of these to the table. And then these are just some watches and smaller pieces that I think I might add um, to that little journal, but also to my creative journal. I thought I might use them. So I just added a little bit of things in here from my big drawer where I have other images as well, which, like I said, I will link down below because I have a whole video on that. So next question is, do you have themed books? I have really only one that I can tell. One themed book, and that's the faith one. This one is the only themed one I have at the moment. But I do different things in each book. Like this one is um a lot of the doodles and what I call magazine makeover from my Elisa Burke class that I took. So this one, yeah, I would say it's not. I guess it's not really a theme, more of a technique, right? Um, so that one I do a lot of the magazine makeover stuff, and then this one is the one that I get messy in and use paints and sprays because this is the dilutions one, and it can take all the see this was started out as an art journal that I never really could get into it, really not in the way other people do it. So I started with the magazines. So this one I use a lot of paints and sprays and stuff in. So like, again, not really a theme but more of a technique. And then this is the new one that I got from Michael's that I just have one page done in here so far. So this one will be like this one, more or less. Um, and then this one is This was a whole bunch of stuff in the beginning too, and this one is more like the denim one and the new one. So a lot of magazine makeover stuff, but also a lot of collage stuff. And I go from back to front in this one. Oh, I have all these images I forgot about in here. See, I'm glad I looked through that because now I need to put them in my bin. I probably pulled them and just, yeah, that's probably what happened. But anyway, so yeah, that one. And this one, let me just say, this one is technically not a journal. I started doing this because I had these huge images from W Magazine, which I absolutely love, but they're huge and I had nowhere to fit them. So I just put them in here. I started them in here, but I'm not going to continue in this because I don't know. I don't really like it. These are recent that I did, but I'm going to show you what I plan to do with these in a minute because it's one of my questions. So the next question is, I said themes, right? Do you have plans? Oh, there you go. Do you have plans to start a new book? If so, what size and will it be a theme? So, what size? I don't even know what size this book is, to be honest. And actually, it may be another one as well because I already had an idea. So this book was a Audubon book that I took all the pages out because I wanted to have my images from my W magazine fit in here. So that is why this book was made. So you guys have seen this if you follow me on Instagram already. But I wanted them for here. So I haven't decided if I'm going to ring bound this or use my cinch, which I haven't used in so long. I would have to watch a tutorial because I don't even remember how to use it. So either I'm going to do it ring bound or I'm going to use my cinch. I haven't decided. I'm thinking ring bound only because I can add, easily add the pages. And then somehow I will put something on the front, some kind of collage or something. So this one, but also I was thinking the other day because I love using like outdoor images and home decor. I love those type of pictures and magazines. So I'm thinking I might use another one because I have tons of books because that's what I do. I create journals, but I'll have all these book covers. So I think I'm going to use one of my book covers and make a journal just of just beautiful outdoor spaces or beautiful home decor or both. I probably will mix it. Um, so yeah, that one will be sort of themed. Um, so where do you get your magazines? So two places right now. Well, more than two places. Well, yeah, two places right now. So one is JetBlue. I used to fly JetBlue all the time when I used to go visit my bestie. I love JetBlue. I love flying with them. But I accumulated magazines. I accumulated points, and I guess they weren't enough. I guess I don't know if I guess they expire after a while. I don't even know how the whole points thing worked, to be honest. So I guess after a certain amount of time they expire. So they offer me to use the points towards magazine subscription. So that's what I've used a lot of them on. And then I found out from Never Hopeless Elizabeth about recyclebank.com. We answer questions about recycling and the environment, and you really learn a lot too, to be honest. And then you can earn points as you answer the questions. And then one of the many rewards is magazines. And then the other ways is that sometimes my bestie will send me magazines. Sometimes I find them in the lobby of my building. Now, nobody knows that I do stuff like this, but sometimes people leave magazines and books in the lobby of my building. Or sometimes I find them when I'm walking to the grocery store and people recycle them and I pick them up. So those are my ways. I know a lot of people get them from libraries, but my library don't seem to have any for free. Or maybe I'm missing it. I don't know. So the next question is, what is your favorite glue to use? So right now I have this one, which is by Avery. The first time I tried it was at Dollar Tree when they had it at Dollar Tree, and I loved it. And then I found a case of 6 on Amazon for like $6. I think it was actually a little bit less than like $5.90 something cents. So I ordered that. But before that, I was using this, which was from I used to be a 99-cent store, but nothing is 99 cents anymore at that store. So it's a basic brand, and I actually like it too. Um, Sometimes I feel like I have to use a little bit more to get it to stick, but it does a good job. I like it. I haven't bought any more since I've bought. I have a few. So before I discovered this one, but this is now my go-to, and now that I know I can get it on Amazon for cheap, then this is going to be my go-to unless I find something else cheaper and as good. So those are my favorites so far. Okay. So besides glue and scissors, do you use other tools or supplies in your books? Yes, in some of them, as I showed you. Well, besides you know, the glue and scissors, I use sprays in this one. I use sprays and paint, anything messy in here. Oh, the light is changing. Sorry if it got dark. And then in the other ones, I use my paint pens. Um, and sometimes gelatos. And I think that's it. I think that's it. Yeah. So, last question is the bonus question. What advice would you give a newbie? Now, I consider myself sort of a newbie. But I would say don't overthink it. There is no right or wrong way to do it. Just do it. Just if you put something down, if you glue it down and you don't like it, or you're like, oh man, I should have glued something else. Now, for me personally, how I don't worry about whether stuff fits or not. I know not really. Um, I will layer something on top of each other. Um, if I like the picture and I don't want to cover it, I will put something underneath it to fill out the page. Like I don't really worry too much about things fitting. If that makes sense. I'll explain it more when I show you my little one because that's really where I do multiple little images. So I can kind of explain more as I show you this. But that's what I would say. I would say don't worry about what everyone else do, which I had to learn, which is why I ended up starting this because that's what I learned. Um, because I kept, watching Nicole and I'm like, I could never do that. Like I can't be that precise and that neat and that perfect. and then and then the other voice in my head was like, of course you can. So why are you even thinking that? So you do it your way, and that's why I did it. So yeah, so that's how I started doing this because I'm like, yeah, I just need to find my own way because I can never do what she does. I love it. I love watching her, but my brain, and I don't know if I can do it that big. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I think too many images kind of overwhelm my brain, but I like looking at other people do it, if that makes any sense. But so that's my technique. I say, watch other people because that's how I kind of develop my style, if that's what you will want to call it. I don't know what to call it. But I watched several people. Like I took the Lisa Burt class. My first person that I think I ever watched use magazines was Tisha Moore. And then I discovered Diane Fargo. I mention her a lot. She probably thinks I'm like a stalker. Because I mention her name so much. But I told her I really am harmless. I just love what she do. But anyway, so yeah, I started watching, especially Tisha Moore. I tried the little quirkiness. I'm like, yeah, that's not me. So, though I love watching it, I love seeing what people do with it. It's not really me. So, I found the two people that I could relate to and I love, which is Alicia Burke and Diane Fargo, and I kind of married those two styles and kind of created my own thing. So that's what I would say. I would say look to other people for inspiration, but then just do your own thing. Like, I was so afraid in the beginning to do hand lettering because I'm like, mine don't look anything like anybody else's. So I used to use a lot of words, which is fine. I use all words in this one that I cut out of magazines. I don't do any hand lettering in here. But I still sometimes look at my hand lettering and criticize it. Because I'm like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the way I write it because I'm like, it all looks the same. So I'm trying to develop another style that's still me, but is a little bit different, just so every page don't look the same. So that's my little 2 cents of what I would tell a newbie. So that is it. I hope you guys will participate. I hope you like this little tag I kind of came up with on a whim. And like I said, if you going to participate, I will put the hashtag down in the description box below. Um, I think I'm just gonna call it GlueBook Tag 2020 or something like that. I haven't even thought of a name because I literally thought of this morning as I was drinking my coffee and watching Elizabeth. So thanks, Elizabeth, for the inspiration. I haven't even finished watching your video yet, so I have to finish doing that. All right, you guys, I'm gonna quit my rambling. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, bye.